Hello, welcome back. My name is Chris, and this is the Railroad Reseller. Today, I want to go over. I did a so I did well. I wouldn't call it necessarily a sourcing trip. I just went to go watch a concert in Washington D.C. this weekend, and of course, whenever I get away from my normal place, I always hit a few different places to see if there's stuff I can find to resell. I think that's probably generally most resellers kind of do that. So uh, I'm gonna tell you first off, here in Washington D.C., it was really expensive to buy stuff. Um, it was so I didn't buy a whole lot. I actually on the way up, I stopped at a yard sale, church sale, and bought some stuff. And I'm going to show you that stuff too. And I'm not going to show you any clothes in this segment. Now, in the second segment, I'm not sure because what I'm going to show you two different segments of the stuff I bought. Um, the first segment's going to be non-clothes, so at least you get to have a non-clothes type experience. All right, let's go. Let's get into this. Okay, I bought a lot of three these sealed Care Bear VHSs, quarter piece. Um, I got, like I say, three of them sealed, so I'll lot these up. No huge heap, but at a quarter piece, it was harder for me to leave sealed VHS like that by itself. That was bought at the yard sale. I bought a couple Bibles. This was at the Savers in D.C. No, I'm wrong. There was a place called 2A thrift store, which is a lot like Savers, or it looked like a lot like Savers. I don't know enough about the thrift stores to tell you up here if they're run by the same thing and all that, but they look similar. Let me just say that. I found a couple. This was a Catholic Bible. You can tell it's on the smaller side. It's called a Dove version. I'm not Catholic. Not against Catholic. People go to Catholic, but I'm not Catholic. I really don't know what that means. But I picked this Bible up. I always pick up, smaller Bibles. I find that they're pretty desirable. This was $1.99 for a Bible. I picked this one up too. This is a New Catholic edition. It's the Fine Art edition. You can tell it's just an excellent condition. Once again, this was $1.99. So, like I say, this nothing's cheap there. Couple hats I bought. I bought this. This was a giveaway at it, and of course, and also, you probably don't know about me, even if you've watched a lot of my videos. But I'm an Oakland A's fan. And this, of course, a Star Wars fan too. This is a reversible bucket hat. This was a giveaway at one of the games. I paid $3.99 for this hat, but this hat does go for about $20 on eBay. So still good profit. Plus it's an item I really like. It is very hard for me not want to keep this. But I like traditional hats more so. And not saying this is not traditional, but I like traditional like ball cap hats more so than this style hat. But it's still really neat. I like it. It was a giveaway hat. Second hat, and I'm going to tell you this. I got to my hotel room after buying some of this stuff. And I went ahead and listed some stuff because I went about 36 to 48 hours without listing anything. I don't know if I can just sell similar because traveling, I went to a concert, doing everything. I didn't do a lot of, I wasn't concentrated. And then I went out shopping, so there was that time too. And, but anyway, got this Colorado Rockies hat. It is a starter 100% wool hat. It's vintage. I listed it and it sold pretty much immediately, so I must have sold it too cheap. I paid $3.99 like the other one. The ones I seen online went for about $20. I listed mine around $18 because there was one that had around 20 that had 10 different watchers and everything, and it wasn't moving. But anyway, it sold really quick. It's already sold, and it sold literally minutes after I listed it. But it's gone. I mean, I made money, so I'm not really going to complain. But like you see the way it folds and everything, just it for the, it's not old, but for the age, it's great condition. At the churchyard sale, I also picked up this. This is a Sony, vintage Sony AM FM. It's a tap tone. Paid $1 for it. These tend to go for about $15 according to listings and solds. So that was picked up at the churchyard sale. Picked up also, this isn't huge value. Matter of fact, I'm not going to make a whole lot on all, but this is Simon and Garfunkel vinyl. This was $1.99, just the same as those Bibles. Like I said, I'm not going to make huge money. It's in excellent condition. I'm not going to pull it out, but just take my word for it. For a 70s vinyl, it's in excellent condition. So I'm going to listen to it. I like Simon and Garfunkel, so I'll listen to it, but it's actually already listed. I just don't expect it immediately to sell like the Colorado Rockies and this item. This is something I picked up at that churchyard sale for 50 cents. This is a toilet lid from the 70s. Kind of has that shag carpet look. This has already sold too. This took maybe an hour, 2 hours to sell. But like I said, 50 cents, and this is already sold for $13.75. So you're getting, not only are you getting stuff I bought, and I did list them here. I'm at the hotel room. There are no clothing racks behind me today. There is no white and red shirt here today that hasn't sold in Lord knows how many years. But I want to go over that. That's what I picked up here. This time, I'm going to show you some solds, and then we'll come back and do the rest of the sourcing. All right, let's go over some things that sold. Sold this belt buckle. I set an offer for $15.50 plus shipping. It's a keep on trucking. This is part of the original belt buckle lot that you see me go get back in late November. I'm still making money off that lot, so and like I've said before, if it takes a year or 2 years to sell some of that, hey, I'm fine. I made my money. They don't take up no room. Sold a Shaquille O'Neal rookie card here. I think about $5 plus shipping on Shaquille. Sold this Sturgis Rally VHS. I bought this at the casino. When I was at the casino, I had somebody actually deliver all this stuff to me. We're in profit now, so $9 plus shipping on the Sturgis Girls. Sold this Lands End. It's a size 20, 37. Dress shirt, real tall, real big. $12 plus shipping. That was a $1 day pickup, as you always hear. Another $1 day pickup coming up right behind it. St. John's Bay 5X. Iron on, short sleeve. $11 plus shipping on the St. John's. Sold this Virginia Tech Nike Dry Fit Polo, real nice. We got $14 plus shipping on the Nike Virginia Tech Polo. And finally, we've got a Stafford. This would have been a $1 day pickup. Extra tall. 17.5, 37, 38. We got $9 plus shipping on the Stafford shirt. All right. instead of really wasting my time sourcing in other stores in the DC area with the high prices and stuff, and I was just tired from the concert and traveling up and everything. So I hit a couple spots up there, but I waited until I got back, traveling back. On my way, I stopped at one more place, the good regular Goodwill, and of course it was in my region still. So they had Dollar Day Sunday. Generally, from what I know about Goodwills, are kind of broken up in regions. Different regions have different sales and stuff. So I'm gonna show you that bag of stuff I picked up. It's mostly common stuff, nothing ridiculously great. But I just like to show people what the type of stuff I do source. So just let me pick that stuff up. Uh, Picked up a lot of these Marine hats. That's why I've already listed them. But it's a lot of marine hats. They're both made in the USA. They're really nice. You can about see that they're about practically new. Picked up a JMU hat, James Madison University. That's near us. They have a pretty good football program and stuff. So I picked that up. These were all $1.99. Picked up a wool, 100% wool cabbie type hat. It's Dockers. Also $1.99. So I picked up some hats. Picked up this St. John, no, it's not St. John's Bay, Joseph A. Bank 2036, which is pretty much translate to a 3XL t-shirt. Picked up a Van Heusen shirt. That shirt was $1. This was a shirt, $1. Van Heusen 2XL. Here's some good stuff for the Dollar Day. This was a really good Dollar Day pickup. Under Armour, pair of nice sweats, black, 2XL, $1. That was good. These were $6.99 if I had bought them regular. So that definitely was a good deal. Probably, when the time comes, I'm not going to be anxious to list this next item. As you can see, it's a Christmas shirt, Christmas button-down shirt. You can tell this is one of those cheap sites, almost like Tiamu or something. But it's 4XL. It's Christmas. You can put the ugly Christmas shirt. Not going to be a lot of these out there. But ugly Christmas shirt, 4XL for $1. I think that'll be all right. Nothing crazy. I guess that was it on that. But that's what I sourced on the trip. Other than I do have another $5 bag of clothes I picked up at that churchyard sale on the way up. It's boring stuff too, of clothes, just shirts and stuff like that. So I didn't think I'd show you. I want to give you a little programming note for the next couple videos. I've had a couple viewer request videos, so I am going to hit those. If you ever have a request for a video, just let me know. But I had a request to go over someone's store and, give my thoughts on it and stuff. If you don't like that type of video, I'm not going to try to be overly critical, but I may say some things that, bend a little bit of the nerves. It's just me being honest, what I would do. I try to see it through if I was buying off this person type eyes, not as a reseller. I try to see if I go through there and I see something, I'm like, yeah, I literally like that. That's great presentation. That's good pictures. That's good description. That's what I'm going to do for a video. Go through someone's store, see what I see. Also, with it coming up the yard sale season, I'm going to do a what to avoid items. One thing that's definitely important, like I've said before, it gets yard sale season and you get excited. I've already seen it this Saturday. It's going to be 73 degrees and sunny in my area. Man, that's good. That's good news. What I wanted to hear. So I am going to hit the yard sales hard. I'm excited. But the thing when you're excited sometimes is you end up buying junk that doesn't sell, that's, not that great of stuff. So you have to kind of tone that down. So what I'm going to do is a video on what to source. Anyway, thanks for watching. I know source of videos ain't everybody's favorite thing, but tell me the type of stuff you source and what you like to buy to sell, resell on eBay or other platforms. Thanks for watching, and have a great week.